Jim Caviezel is best known for his role as Jesus in Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ. Now in his latest movie, he plays a legendary golfer known for his skill and his integrity in Bobby Jones' Stroke of Genius.
I'm not going to turn pro. See, I signed up for Georgia Tech this fall.
Why do you play golf?
Because I love it. I want to win.
Jim Caviezel, good morning. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you.
Could there be a bigger difference, I mean, in the roles we've seen you in the last couple of months? I mean, this is a huge, huge change of pace for you. Was it a decision on your part to do that?
Well, I look for the material, and when I originally saw this material, I wasn't interested in playing a golfer. I didn't know much about golf, but the story was great, and who Bobby Jones was is remarkable.
You say you didn't know much about golf. You didn't play golf,
yeah,
really?
I'd rather watch paint dry at the time,
right.
You know.
So here you have to try and be convincing as one of the legendary golfers of all time. Did you have any fears that you could pull off the actual role?
Yes. I woke up many a nights wondering if it was all possible that I could do this. But I had an athletic background, but I literally I'd get up in the middle of the night and watch Bobby Jones' old footage from the Warner Brothers tapes.
And grab a club in the bedroom, that type of thing?
Literally grab a club in the bedroom and start working on it. And there's an actual segment that we put in there of him having these nightmares.
Because, no pressure here, but I'm a golfer, and I'm also a fan of sports movies. But anybody who loves a sport, if they go to see a movie about that sport and the actor doesn't pull off the actual physical activity, end of movie.
That's correct.
I mean, they're not going to buy anything from that moment on.
Yeah.
What kind of training did you have?
Well, I had Jim Hardy and Tom Ness and a man in Scotland, Jim Farmer, who really worked with me. And of course, I watched the footage and, repetition, but it's got to be taught correctly.
So it's more imitation, you'd say, than learning the actual game?
Yes, correct. I just learned the script. Now I'm learning the game. But I had very little time to really learn his swing, and we would just go over and over and over again, and if I had any inclination to say, this is wrong, well, we redid it.
It's more than the story about a guy who's good on the golf course. I mean, what was it that made Bobby Jones, in your opinion, someone that so many people admired?
I think he was a great role model. He obviously started the Masters tournament, but he was a man who took integrity to its fullest. He transcended his talent. He was a great man. And a lot of times you meet talented people, but
you don't want to hang out with them.
No.
Yeah, there's a great story about him, how one time he called a stroke penalty on himself during a tournament. No one else saw the infraction. He called it on himself and ended up losing the tournament by a stroke. Let me take a look at another clip from the movie.
Nobody saw your ball move. Seems a matter for you to decide. Are you sure you caused that ball to move?
I know I did.
You're to be congratulated, son.
Sir, that's like congratulating a man for not robbing a bank. I don't know how else to play the game.
People say you can learn a lot about a guy or a woman by playing around and golf with them. You see a lot of their characteristics and personality traits come out. True with Bobby Jones?
That's correct. The best and the worst come out of you playing that sport. I don't know if it's Ben Crenshaw told me the other day, it's in every one of us to want to kill that golf ball. And definitely was the same with me.
Let me ask you about Passion of the Christ,
Sure.
because it's been such an amazing year. I mean, you took this role. I don't know what you thought going in, but did you have any clue, Jim, that this would turn out to be a $300 and whatever million blockbuster?
When I went to make this, I was concerned, number one, what's the script? And obviously the director, Mel Gibson, is quite the director and man. But I wasn't interested in having Jesus walk down the street and go into Burger King. This was very personal to me, and it's something I sweated over as well. Considering I got struck by lightning making this movie and had my shoulder separated. Every day, the hyperthermia, in your mind, I thought, can I endure this? Can I make it through this movie? And of course we did, but I didn't know that it was going to do that kind of money, but still, it's got to be good work.
There was a time where you couldn't go into a cocktail party without hearing someone talk about the movie and the controversy it caused. That's died down a little bit, although the movie is still doing well at the box office. What do you think the lasting impact of a film like that might be?
On the passion?
Yeah.
I think, well, you see a lot of... I remember hearing about this guy who'd blown up 2 bombs or something back in '95, and another guy, I don't know, committed murder or whatnot, and he turned himself in, and I've had many priests come up to me and say, I have all these people coming to confession, and ministers saying that people hadn't been to church in years. I think there's and like Bobby Jones, what you do in private is who you really are, and so I think it's done a lot of good with that. As far as controversy is concerned, you know, he was controversial, and he put to death for it. And if we missed that, then it wouldn't have been controversial, and I don't think it would have had as much attention.
Is it too early to gauge the impact the movie will have on your career?
Oh, definitely too early. But at least I'll be known for something. I mean, I have people coming up to me and calling me Jesus, and I say, hey, come on now. I'm still the Count of Monte Cristo. They've already forgotten.
Jim Caviezel, it's great to have you here. Good luck with Bobby Jones.
Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. And Bobby Jones' Stroke of Genius opens in theaters.